Hi, everybody. My name's Alan Edstrom. I'm here with the ever-luscious Bob Bullock for the Quill Media Presents the matchup roundup for the Saratoga Polo tournament season, 118th anniversary. This is the semifinals for the Ylvisaker Cup. Oh, boy, Bob. It was nail-biting for not all the good reasons.
Yeah, no, it was interesting, Alan. I mean, first, let's talk about the play. It was one of those nights where everything worked for Roseview Farm. A lot of depth there. Diego and Pitufo, they were really working the ball up. But Hannah Reynolds really showed us amazing poise and maturity for a young 17-year-old. She gave Saratoga Saddlery they had their work cut out for them. It went back and forth. We were actually tied at 6-6. At one point, Saratoga Saddlery went up by 1, but Roseview Farm always responded, and Roseview Farm in the end put an extra 2 on the boards, and that was what was happening. That was positive. Yeah. Now, what happened, checker number 5, about 2 minutes and 13 seconds remaining, we had a situation where we had our 2 mounted umpires, Martine Ravina and Mike Vanderwerken. The play had all of a sudden shifted, and it was just one of those situations where Martine, as he said to me, he said, Bob, I had nowhere to go. And so we had a situation where a horse plowed right into him. Both horses went down. Martine went down. He blacked out for a couple seconds, but he got right up. And, you know, we were doing what we needed to do. Yeah. We called the EMT. The EMT, of course, was right there, and we had an ambulance come over from Wilton Greenfield. And to be perfectly honest, the reason that the delay was so long was because Martine wanted to get back on his horse and wanted to umpire the 6th chukker. We wouldn't let him. I'm going to go check on him in the hospital, but everything looks great.
Yeah, and that's a good thing just to remember. You never know, especially when a horse falls on you. If you're a polo pro, you want to go back in the game. You want to save face. But on the other half, we want you alive. Yeah. And that's one of the big reasons that if anything like this happens, and it happens in football, hope it happens in everything else, get yourself checked out just for your own sanity's sake, so nothing can be found that it's happened badly. But we had a great time. It was a great match. Everyone's safe, everyone's sound, everyone's going home safely. We had our friends from the Pavilion Grand Hotel here. We had our friends from Veuve Clicquot here. We had a great Hannah Reynolds, who was just playing a great match, and Cuko Escapite, que magníficamente haciendo para ese persona allá. Oh, su boca mueve muy bien, pero una persona, and in the moment, I saw you convincing him that he needed to be taken care of, and that's what I admire the most about you, Cuko.
You know what? Like, for all us polo players that have been hurt at one point or another, you know, you need to know that your head is no joke.
Yep.
You know, I've had 11 concussions. That's why I am the way I am. You know, it's not an excuse. But, you know, for a player like that is way younger, is 13 years younger than me, I'm like, yeah. Listen, like,
he's 12.
You have to go and check yourself.
Yep.
You have to. He's like, I cannot ride in the ambulances. This pride that we sometimes very in a silly way takes over our what we do. You know, polo, yes, we're guys with a lot of like stamina, strength. We have to put that aside. And I know he's fine. They just contact me from the hospital, but you have to put that aside. And the doctor says you get on the whatever flat board, you get on that.
Yep.
You know, even if you're Mexican.
But thank you, Cuko. We really appreciate that. I'm here, Alan Edstrom, with Bob Bullock. This is the Matchup Roundup brought to you by Quill Media Group. We'll see you on Sunday.